Okay, so today we are with Jill Hutcherson, who her and Bruce had the Makin Bacon Special legendary pulling tractor, right?
Right.
So I want to hold this up here for a little reference. So do you still have this tractor?
No, sir.
No? Oh, I was really hoping you had something we could see. Do you have anything we could see today?
Oh, lots of albums, lots of pictures.
Pictures, okay. Cool. So what happened to the tractors?
I'm not really sure. I think
really?
he pieced it out and sold the motors and different parts.
Okay. Anybody special like he would sell it to?
I can't even recall. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. So, now tell me how you and Bruce met. Like, how old were you and all that?
I was 20 when I first met Bruce, and I was at Purdue University.
Okay.
And Don Harness was friends from high school, and his sister was a good friend of mine. And I was going back from class one day in the pouring down rain, and I heard a horn honk, and it was Don. And he told me to get in the car, and Bruce was in the back seat, and I met Bruce.
Oh, really? And you were like 20, you said?
I was a little over 20 then.
And how old was he?
About 22, I believe.
22? Okay. And then what happened from there?
Oh, we started going out every once in a while at Purdue, and then eventually, in I think a year and a half or so, I came down to southern Indiana to meet his family, and the rest is history.
What did he do? Was he into farming and all that at that time?
Yes, he was into farming and helping his dad farm, and then he was also studying to be a teacher. And so then when we got married, he was teaching at the high school.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. He was a high school teacher.
He taught agriculture, and then he had shop class.
Really? Wow. So when did the hog farming come in?
Well, he taught for several years, and then he started farming more and more ground, and left teaching, and we started farming full time. We leased some land and then farmed ground that his father had previously farmed.
Okay. Was he farming before college? Well, his dad was, right?
His dad was, and he was helping his dad.
So he grew up around it.
He
knew
grew
about
up
it
on the
and
farm,
everything.
yes.
So did he take over that land and everything from
Yes.
his father?
Yes.
Did he get more and more land also?
Yes,
like
we
Bruce?
leased more land over the years, and then we started a hog operation, and so we had the grain and the hog operation for quite a while, and then started tractor pulling, and that took a lot of time.
So how did that come to be? Like, how did he start pulling tractors?
I think we went to some different pulls over in the hills in Kentucky, and he had always liked motors, and he'd drag race with his buddies and stuff in high school, and he got bitten by the bug, you might say.
Yeah, that's cool. Do you remember what year he started with the pulling?
Not really. I think Kim was
75.
Yeah, it was around 75.
75.
He had an old, I believe it was an old M or an old Farmall.
Okay.
Stripped her all down, put a motor in it, and he'd race up and down the drive at the farm.
Oh, really? Was that obviously started with a single engine, probably?
Yes.
And then progressed to twin?
Then it progressed, and he connected up with C. Dalton, and they had a frame built and had one motor, and then it was two motors, and then it was three motors, and it just kept growing. And
What did you think of that? Were you okay with it, or?
I didn't get to vote, but but we laughed. He would go to a pull and maybe win the pull, and a big prize, $1,200 was a lot of money way back then.
Yeah.
He'd say, I won, and I'd say, technically you won the pull, but that's going to cost a lot more than that to pay for the parts you tore up.
Oh boy, and that was a pretty constant thing of tearing up
No,
parts.
not really,
And,
but
yeah.
had a lot of fun, met some great people.
Did he tend to run them pretty hard to where they would break, or pretty conservative so that he could not have to fix them all the time?
Oh, I think he ran to win.
Yeah, he's pushing them.
Oh,
Go through quite a few motors, did he?
he did go through some motors yet.
Yeah. You have a lot of pictures here. I mean, you have the most pictures of anybody I've seen yet.
Yeah, he teased me a lot. I always had that camera going.
It's so cool though, because now we have all that stuff, and then you label them. I mean, we have some early pictures, right?
Have some way back.
So I love the picture of you and your daughter Kim next to Bruce's first tractor. That's a great picture.
That is an old picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one of the originals.
That's an original. Yep. That was the original tractor.
And how old was she? Like,
oh, I don't know. Kim, how old were you that first?
she's here.
4 or 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, and that was his first tractor.
That was his first effort. Yeah.
The first pulling tractor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he have to put like a V8 car engine in it or something, or he pull it as like a stock, or?
I don't even remember what was in it.
Okay.
I know that he had fun putting it together and playing with it.
Yeah, so he put something in it because I don't have the picture right in front of me, but
Yeah.
Tell me about where he built them. Like you had 2 or 3 different places, I guess, that he built them, like different farms, or not on this property we're at right now.
No,
right?
not on this property, but they were built at different places. Maybe the body was built somewhere and then the motors were added when they got the frame home, or did a lot of work on them in the shop over in the place we lived in previously before we retired from farming.
Okay, and when did you retire from farming?
It was probably 13 years ago or so.
2005.
2005, yeah.
2005.
20 years ago. 20.
20
Wow.
years?
It goes quick, huh?
Yeah. Well, that was from polling, or that was from
That
farm?
was the farm sale. It was May of 05.
He was a school teacher and a farmer. Did the hog farming come in separately, or was that a different piece of land? Like how did you add that to
the
it?
hog farming started. We were living on a place called Moordock Farms, which is up the road from his family farm.
Okay.
And then we started the hog operation up there. So we were farming and then started the hog operation.
And how did you start that? What made you get into that?
I don't know. He just had a brilliant idea, and the next thing I know, we were building a farrowing house and had hogs.
Here we go, huh?
That's kind of how, when he decided to start pulling, trying to decide, well, what are we going to call this tractor? Everybody has a name for him. And I said, well, the pigs are paying for the parts. So you got to make some bacon before you can buy parts. So we just decided to name it Makin Bacon.
Yeah. And it's one of the biggest ever, right? I mean, everybody talks about it. That was one of my questions, is how did he get his name? So it's pretty cool. Did you ever drive any of them?
Just maybe to tow it.
To tow it?
Yeah.
And so you sat there and drove it like back
Yeah,
in the
I
pits or
steered it.
whatever? Steered it? Never ran
No, I
one?
had no desire.
No desire? And so he had single engine tractors.
Bruce Hutcherson on his Makin Bacon Special. He must have got did he win the 5? I guess.
And then went to twins.
And now from Patriot, Indiana, Bruce Hutcherson, a new name for Indy number 13.
Well, certainly a new name this year, although he's been here many, many years. In fact, as we look over the results in the most win category, Bruce Hutcherson is 5th on the all-time record. He has won here 4 times. The Banner brothers have won 7, Hart has 5, Danny Dean 5, and Dennis Brabeck and Bruce Hutcherson have won 4 times. He has a brand new sponsor as of last year, the folks at Carhartt, and this is what they call the Carhartt Makin Bacon Special. And he'll really crank the tires. Now, he's running a Rodeck aluminum block motor, which is similar to the Aries, about 557 cubic inches. He lives right down on the Ohio River, the north side in Indiana. He farms about 4,000 acres. Here we go. Hutcherson from Patriot, Indiana. He's a little, he's starting to lift now. Starting to lift. Oh, he makes it now a 3-way tie.
And then probably 3.
3.
Now Bruce Hutcherson is rolling out in the beautiful Makin Bacon Special.
A lot of fuel in the cylinders there.
Then 4.
4.
The Makin Bacon Special is a real crowd pleaser. It has outpulled all competitors in the last 2 seasons, and today's no exception. But then, Makin Bacon's no stranger in this arena.
12, 13 years ago, I went to National Tractor Pull and watched it and got enthused about it and said, well, I'll just go and build one of those things. Started with a cheap ride, and now we've progressed to what we have today.
At 5.
5. 5 was the most he did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He needs to stay in the competition. The Makin Bacon Special. Green flag is out. Here he goes. Bruce Hutcherson. Full mark, and it looks like the green light is on. There it is, full for the Makin Bacon Special. Full for Bruce Hutcherson as he takes it out the end, and a good job by Bruce.
And then he also had the Super Scooter, right? Mm-hmm. Which is a Dodge Omni, or Rampage, 2-wheel drive.
Yeah.
So Jim and Shirley Kraft here will take a few bucks home to St. Louisville, but they're not close to Leo K, who leads it. But here is a man that possibly could contest Leo K for the lead, Bruce Hutcherson. And he is known to hardcore pulling fans more for his exploits in the modified tractor class, his big 5-engine famous Makin Bacon Special. But here he is for the second time in this pull-up. This is the Super Scooter, an 83 Dodge mini truck body. But what really matters is what is underneath that body. Alcohol, supercharged, heavy horsepower in a sophisticated tube chassis. He had a great start, but now it is starting to wane. Keeping the hammer down to suspending those front wheels up in the air is Bruce Hutcherson, but it is not going to be enough, as everyone in the crowd can tell. 272 feet, 7 inches.
And then the Wanderer, that was a El Camino, I believe. Did he have other stuff too?
No, those were the only 2 trucks that he had.
2 trucks, and there's a picture of it behind you. And the Jeep was like that pullback?
The Jeep was a tow vehicle.
Okay. And then you had a couple different semis, it looks like, too.
Yeah.
Did you ride in them with them to all these events? Or
I didn't get to go to a whole lot of events. I was home with employees and children and school events and things like that. He and the mechanic went a lot of times, but and a few times the kids and I went in the semi, but the majority of the times I was following him in a car.
Oh, really? For like another car to be there? Or?
Yeah, for another car, or if he was going on to another pull and the kids and I had to come home.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. What are some of your biggest memories of all this?
Well, I think some of the biggest memories would be the people that we met and became friends with for life. You know, the kids grew up with the other pullers' children, and of course Kim and Sean, they met when they were children. Their dads were both pulling, and now they're married today, you know, and I know a lot of other friends of ours where their kids have married someone involved they met through pulling.
Yeah. Who were some of the other people that you remember that you were good friends with back then?
Oh my gosh. The Heilmans, the Bargies, the Banders, you name them, the Harnesses, Dick Gray. I can't even begin to name all the names.
Right. Well, that's good. That's good. You got a bunch of people, and you're with them almost every weekend, right?
Right.
So how did that work? Did you guys, I'm always amazed by your farming. You're running a hog farm. You're doing all kinds of stuff, and then he's building trucks and tractors on top of it, and then you got to get them to places to pull them. Like, how in the world did you guys make all that work?
We had some great employees.
Okay.
And they took care of things when he was gone. And
So it was a lot of people helping you.
A lot of people involved.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Tell me about, so I saw a picture of you guys loading the truck or the tractors to go to France in 1985. What was that all about?
That was an unbelievable trip.
Yeah.
We were selected by NTPA to go to France, and the French Pulling Association had invited us. And they came over and they sent containers and loaded everything, the truck and the tractor, or I'm sorry, the two-wheel drive truck, the tractor, the Jeep, loaded them all up and sent them to Baltimore and shipped them to France. And then we flew over, the kids and Bruce and I, had an absolutely unbelievable trip. Made a lot of friends with the French pullers and some friends from the Netherlands and all over Europe. Wow. Got to see some unbelievable sights and made a lot of memories.
That's awesome.
And they're still in touch today.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. So why did the NTPA go to France?
I don't really know when that decision was made. Yeah. I know others had gone before us.
So that's something they had been doing for a little while now.
I guess. I wasn't really aware of it until we were invited to go.
Oh, really?
But it was quite an experience.
Did you do that a couple times?
No, we just went the one trip. And John and Connie Klug from Iowa, they were there and had their super stocker over there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so who else did you go with? Just them?
Just them and us had their tractor on. And we did not pull in competition. We did exhibition runs.
And Jerry.
And
Jerry.
And Jerry Killams, I'm sorry, our mechanic, he went with us.
Oh, okay, yeah. No other teams over there, though?
No.
So was it like an exhibition thing that they wanted to see the American tractors and all that?
Yes, they had. It was the French pull. Their tractors were there for the pull, but the American tractors just did exhibition runs.
The poster's right behind you.
Yeah, there's the poster.
Okay, we'll put that in. I'll get a picture of that and put that in there. So you were telling me a story about the U.S. versus the European tractors and how superior the U.S. tractors were. And
yes, it was quite an experience because, of course, I'd never witnessed European tractors pulling, but they didn't have quite the horsepower that the American tractors did at that time. And they had an announcer that would talk to the driver and then run along beside the track and talk. And one of the French women was beside me, and she had seen, I guess, Bruce pull on a video or something, and when they brought Bruce out for an exhibition run, the announcer got there and he was trying to talk to him, but you couldn't hear him over the motors. And then he hooked up and was ready to run, and she leaned over and whispered to me, "He must run fast." And Bruce took off and flew down the track, and that little announcer was still standing there holding his microphone, and he took off running to the end of the track.
I bet it almost blew him over, didn't
it? It was funny, you know. He wasn't hurt, but it was quite amazing.
Do you think those people had ever seen anything like that before?
I don't think they had.
Yeah.
There was a lot of screaming and yelling.
Well, was it a problem, like, for him getting stopped? Because they probably weren't weighted the sled for that kind of horsepower.
Well,
right?
they had a good. He let out of it a long ways before he got to the end, and there was quite a space there for him.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. He coasted, yeah. Okay, that's what I was wondering, because if they don't know what's coming, how would you know how to weight it, right? They could get out of hand real quick. And then the France story of being in the Eiffel Tower, and you knew somebody knew you guys in the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, it was funny. They had taken us on to see several different things around Paris, and Kim and Joe and Bruce and I and Jerry were all at the top of the Eiffel Tower, which is absolutely amazing, and we're looking out over Paris. And there were some fellas over on the other side up there, and the one came over and tapped Bruce on the shoulder. And he said, "Are you Bruce Hutcherson?" And Bruce turned around. He said, "Yes, I am." Well, he introduced himself, and he was a state policeman from the New York State. And these 5 gentlemen were all state policemen from New York. And every year, then he's telling Bruce's story, every year when they wanted state police to work at the state fair, these 5 guys always would volunteer because they wanted to see the tractor pull.
Oh, okay.
So they were the ones that were down there along the track and watching crowds and so forth. And it was just 1 in a million shot that we're all on top of the Eiffel Tower at the same time.
Well, did Bruce have a jacket on that said Makin Bacon?
We had on our Carhartt, our brown jackets that said Carhartt Makin Bacon Special.
Okay, so that helped then.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. But kind of unreal that on the top of the Eiffel Tower,
you're
going to find Like you were saying, it's like a small world, right? Where you'll meet people sometimes.
That's true.
What do you remember the most about like the wins and like the biggest moments of Bruce winning something?
Oh, I think probably Farm Machinery Show was always exciting, and the Indiana State Fair, of course, because we're from Indiana, and Bowling Green, Ohio is always a great one.
Indy Super
Fort
Bowl.
Recovery, because we had a lot of friends there.
Indy Super Bowl.
Yeah, Indy Super Bowl, of course. I think I said that.
Here we go, the last puller in the class, and here he is. He's tightening up the drawbar. He's ready to go. Here comes Bruce Hutcherson.
There's your winner! Man, he belches a motor doing the same, ladies and gentlemen. We'll need to pan.
Here's the top 5 places now in the last class, the 9,200-pound modifieds. Winning the class, Bruce Hutcherson from Patriot, Indiana.
What about trophies? You were saying something about trophies, like.
Oh, we had trophies, from every place all over the country, and then when we built our new place back here, there wasn't really any place to put all of them. There were hundreds and hundreds of them. And when we had the auction at the big farm place, I had boxes and boxes of trophies. And so Bruce said, what can we do? So what we did is we donated to different organizations so they could use them for like the pedal pulls at the 4-H fair, and different organizations that would have to put out money to buy trophies. They would change the plaque on them and use them for the kids. So
That would be cool to even have one with his name on it. So,
yeah.
That'd be neat. And you still have some.
Oh,
right?
yeah, we still have some. We picked out,
There's
favorites.
quite a few over here. Yep. And we'll get better shots
Have the
of
Farm
it.
Machinery Show and Super Bowl, and there's a lot of different places.
Is there anything of like the tractors left, like the motors or
No, we don't have any, just pictures and memories. Don't
Pictures
have
and
any
memories.
parts anywhere.
Nothing, huh? Okay. What about like traveling worst breakdowns on the road? Yeah, any stories of that? Like, remember like anything happening? Like, oh man.
No, I can't think of any.
Pulls where we break down and then everybody would pitch together to put it back together to
Yeah.
run the next day.
When you go to a pull, if you had a problem, the pullers helped each other to get running again,
Yeah.
That's a common thread I hear a lot.
Yeah.
That helping each other.
Yeah.
And,
When the Cadillac turned in front of the semi.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he hit it?
Yeah.
The lady was looking at the trailer or something, all the riding, and he
No.
was pushing her down I-71.
Oh man.
You could see her bobbing
Yeah.
inside the car.
Sometimes when you had an open trailer, before the semi-trailer, people would drive by and then they'd stop and have to read all the writing and check everything out. And sometimes you had to motion them all down the road so you could get on.
Yeah, that'd be a problem because people are looking at it and
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of swerve into you and things like that. And so, did you start out with like a flat trailer, open trailer
Yeah, we had a flat open trailer.
in the beginning, and then what progressed from there?
Oh, as the tractor got bigger, you got a bigger trailer, and then eventually you got an enclosed trailer.
And then you're up to full size semi and
Yeah.
everything, right?
Yeah.
Did you have other semis for the farm and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, we had
Or
semi and grain trailers
Grain
and things.
trailers, yeah, combines and all that stuff, and
Yeah, hog trailers.
hog trailers. Yeah, I guess you'd have to, right? How many hogs did you have?
Several hundred. And
100.
350 sows, farrow to finish.
hauled a lot of pigs up and down the road.
Did you have to feed them all, or is that what your hired people were for?
No, a lot of it was automatic, and we had crews that took care of the
Okay.
hog operation.
And so you had to like bring all that in too. I mean, did he know about it before he started doing it, or did he just kind of like?
Well, he knew some about it. He studied ag
Yeah.
and taught that and learned as he went. We had friends that had a large hog operation, so
Okay, so he had knowledge from that and everything.
yeah, he had a lot of help.
Yeah, and he probably grew up around it. And yeah, okay. Let's see. Who do you know who did the painting or like who did the graphics on the trailers? Like
Bianca. Bianca did a lot of it.
Yeah, Bianca did a lot of it, but I can't.
is that like a last name, Bianca?
No, first name, and I can't think of.
Around this area?
I don't remember.
Because they're beautiful. I mean,
Yeah.
everything about them is just. It's like a root beer brown. I guess. Is that how you would describe it? Yeah.
Carhartt
Brown.
Carhartt. Well, that's right.
Wheatland yellow and orange were always the main tag colors before Carhartt.
When did the Carhartt come in, do you think?
Dolly.
84, maybe.
84?
Yeah, it was just the last few years.
And that had to really help with like money and engines
Yeah.
and
They were great to work with.
all that kind of stuff. But I mean, just looking at these pictures behind you, it's unreal. Like just painting a whole trailer like that, because that's not a vinyl wrap or anything back then, right?
That's all paint.
That's all
I
paint.
remember Bruce, I mean, he told me that when they did the first cab over,
Yeah.
before they got the conventional, and the trailer, the tractor, the two-wheel drive truck, and the Jeep, it was like 50 grand then to paint that. But that was then.
You're right.
Think that was almost 40, well, it was 40 years ago. So in today's standards, that'd be, well, they do a wrap, but hell, it'd still be probably a $200,000 deal, I would think.
Just for paint.
Yeah.
You haven't even turned the key on the thing yet. That's just to make it look good.
Well, in the bottom of the trailer was always 5 extra motors too. They were already
5
put
extra
together.
motors? Wow.
So with the crane, if you blew one, you just pulled one out from underneath.
And he ran a couple different weight classes too, right? So you're pulling engines in and out all the
Yeah,
time.
he ran
and-
the 5, 7, 9, and 12.
the
He ran
12.
4 different weight classes. Yeah.
Do you know? You might know this. Like, when he ran the 12, how much weight would he have to add to the
Well,
5 engine?
he would add 3,000 pounds.
3. Okay.
Because he had the five engines for the 9 and the 4 engines for the 9. So
And
like
they're
the
Rodex?
original
Yeah,
ProTrack
the
frame
5.
over there ran 2 motors for the 5, and then the other 2 were put on for the 7, 9, and 12. Well, once you got to the 9, you still had to put 3,000 pounds of weights on.
Right. Yeah. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Because he ran Rodex, was it?
Yeah, he ran all aluminum 557 Rodex.
557s.
They were the monsters of the Midway back in the day. I mean, now today they're all JP1 Hemis and Kester motors and minor racing engines and
Wasn't a couple of them banner tractors?
no, I don't think.
Dad
Well, he had banner cross boxes, like Ralph made this cross box, okay. But and then Ralph was real famous at the planetaries in the rear ends. But I do believe Bruce was the first one to run the magnesium Franklin planetaries.
Okay.
And it was in that tractor, and that was the tractor we purchased. That had to, because he wanted to be lightweight, and he was always ahead of the game. I mean, he was, yeah. But as far as he had C. Dalton,
As a
which
chassis?
was the first chassis or 2, and then he went to ProTech Engineering, which they were the ones that made like the mini rods for the metal boys and stuff back in the day, the twin. And then he would have had another ProTrack frame there, and then this was Miller Brothers frame up here, the first tube chassis.
As a tube, right?
And
Then it went.
I don't know if he had one, if that was not one of the first tube chassis in the sport. And then of course Tim Engler was coming out then too, and he was all tube. And Tim built this tractor here.
Was that your last tractor?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And it started as a yellow. It was Wheatland yellow when it was born, but then it became Carhartt brown.
Yeah.
Hence, and then the trademark fuel tank.
Oh,
You
yeah.
see that? Yeah, the pig kept moving. You know.
Front to the back. I've seen it on the back, right?
Pig went from tractor to tractor.
I mean, the thing is just
But
unreal.
people, that's what's, like sport today versus back then. You like Ralph Bannard say, you just kept putting on motors. Well, then you got to the point where you had to put weight. I mean, especially Bruce. I mean, 5, 7, 9, and 12, where there was few guys that pulled all 4 classes. Banners were mainly 7, 9, and 12. And like Engler, he was one of them that did the 5, 7, 9, and 12.
Well, Dad had it to a science with the
Yes, he
crane.
did.
I mean, you'd come in from the 5, the crane would come out, drop the 3rd engine in.
Yeah.
You'd come in to do the 7 and drop the,
drop the other 2 on.
Drop the 3rd, then you put in 4 and 5 for the 9 and then all of them for the 12.
Yeah, and add weight. We always had the wheel weights. I don't think there's any pictures.
Did he ever
Well,
think of
there's one.
going?
There's one over there. See the bottom of the. That's the
bottom,
It's
yeah.
all weighted up for the
Oh, yeah.
12 right there.
Wheel weights.
Yeah, with the wheel weights.
Did
But
he
they
ever-
don't do that today.
Yeah. Well, they don't do the 12 anymore.
No,
so.
they just run the 6200 light mod or 6500, and then that 7800 is the mods or the
light mods, and then they go to the unlimiteds.
the unlimited.
Yeah.
And then Larry Darborough worked for us with the hog farm and the farm, and then Larry got to doing tires, which he
Yeah.
still does today.
Yeah, Larry still does tires today
Everywhere.
for.
So Larry got great at cutting tires and figuring out with Dad the best cut for the track.
It's just.
Yeah, if you look at these pictures, this was the state of the art tractor in the country in 1985. But look at the lugs on the tires. That's unheard of today.
Big.
You move too much dirt.
Yeah.
Where now they're just down to
Nothing.
You get 3/8 of a bar on or whatever. But yeah,
Did he ever think of going 6 engine?
I don't know.
I don't think so because
I think it got to the point where, it was money. Dad retired about the same time. Now I heard that Tim built Dad and Bruce and Frank that was going to have 7 motors.
7? He was going to do a 7.
And Bruce sold it overseas. Dad helped pay for it, and Bruce was gonna run it in the wintertime on all the indoor circuit with TNT, and Dad was gonna pull it in the summer, but it never materialized, all because of the finances and farming and everything. But they sold the chassis and made a little money on it before it was even finished.
I mean, to do a 6 on that, you're reconfiguring the whole chassis
Yeah.
because you got 2 crank to crank, which would have to move to the side, then put another 2 on the other side. You're doing a lot of
There was
moving.
And another thing, a lot of people don't realize from the start, you take for him from the start in 75 to 85. There's 10 years of what transformed in the sport in just 10 years, which is amazing what they did.
It's
a lot
unbelievable.
of sleepless nights.
And you got to keep up, make all this stuff work, get it there, truck it there. It has to not break.
I don't know, like the men, Ralph was more of just tractor pulling, but guys like Bruce and Dad who farmed and had businesses that they ran on the outside, plus did this almost full time. I don't think they slept for 10 years, 15 years.
There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Just really weighed on them.
It's a whole nother thing, like I just mentioned, I think on the last video, of hard work.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't stop with this, right?
You bring it home, repair it, polish it, load it up, and go again.
Yeah.
Polishing. Tell me about polishing. What was it like to polish all this?
It took a while.
Was there a day of just polishing and cleaning?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
it stunk. It was punishment. You got in trouble.
That's why you got punished?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. I can't remember. What year did he start?
74.
74?
74, 75. I'm not exactly sure.
Started in 74, and then he retired from it in what?
90?
90? Oh, really? 1990. And I've seen a video of him. He must have been retired where he was a commentator at Louisville. Have you seen that video?
I haven't seen that, but I know he always went to Louisville, so it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, they had him on the microphone, and he would tell about every pull and every run, and I'll have to show that to you.
And right away, looks like we're going to have to change.
Yeah, I'd say they're going to have to change the sled. They're probably going to have to go up 1 gear.
Sliding as they came down the track, they were really doing a lot of sliding.
Yeah, when the bar's up off the ground, it'll let the truck leave a lot harder. And then when they set the bar down, that's what makes an exciting tractor pull. You get the speed, and then you can stop them right on the end.
Good enough. Well, Well, wait and see what they're going to do and who they're going to change. It looks like Engler's going to be next. And I heard a rumor that he may have sold his tractor. Is that right?
Well, I haven't talked to Tim for probably 6 months, but I heard he sold it, and then I heard that he didn't sell it, so I don't really know.
Bruce, you talk about a picture-perfect run. You said, in more or less, that was a picture-perfect run. Maybe people would like to know what you're talking about.
Well, if you notice the way Tim came out of the hole, he climbed on the throttle hard and then feathered it a little bit. And he's probably grinning there and see what I'm going to say. But he feathered the throttle and then he climbed back on it and that hooked his tires. He had the weight just right. The front end picked up about 2 feet high and it just launched. The tires planted and you saw him feather the throttle here on the end and just coast out.
You could always tell when your machine was going right because it was always, the Makin Bacon tractor was always shifting left and right.
Well, I think that was just one characteristic of the gear and the tires. If it would pick up and shake and pick the front end up, as my wife used to say, it was gone.
It was gone, huh?
But yeah, so he was doing that after he retired, I guess.
Yes.
Would he still go to pulls all the time?
Not all the time, but he, you know, if friends would call him or something, they'd meet up at a pool somewhere.
Yeah. What are your best memories of this whole time?
My best memories probably are the friends that we made along the way, our pulling family.
Yeah.
And our kids grew up with all the pullers' kids and going to all the state fairs, seeing different parts of the country. And of course, the trip with France is a highlight of all of our pulling years. But even today, you know, sitting down with those pulling friends and remembering, you know, they were all, and I, as I said earlier, you know, you could go to a state fair and the older pullers' kids would take the younger ones and they'd take off for the midway and go look at the animals. And you wouldn't see them all afternoon, but you didn't have to worry about them.
Yeah.
I said, you know, I'm sorry it doesn't work that way today. You can't let a bunch of kids just take off by themselves somewhere.
Yep.
But, you know, they made friends for a lifetime also, so.
Oh, that's cool. Did you have one that you liked the best?
I don't know. Probably, you know, the Carhartt pig. I always kind of liked that one.
You seem to know, you were with him through this whole time. You seem to know an awful lot about it. I remember watching a video, and I think you have it on your Facebook page, of you and Steve Evans standing on the sideline watching Bruce make a run, and when he's about a quarter of the way down the track, you knew how it was going to turn out. And that's probably just from watching so many years of all this.
You sit on the sidelines and you can kind of tell, you know, if the tractor's, you know, if the front end's up in the air and it starts heading toward the left side, you know you got a problem.
Oh, okay. So you're looking for those little things. And
yeah,
you could hear it.
Back it up and get it ready for the next pull. In the meantime, Steve is down at the other end of the track with Bruce's wife.
The next tractor to hook will be Bruce Hutcherson, and with me is his wife, Jill Hutcherson, who's helping me spot and giving me a lot of good information down here. Jill, this guy you certainly know a lot about, and what are your husband's chances here?
Oh, I think they're pretty good. He ought to take it out the end. The track's staying pretty consistent. We had full pulls at the start, and we just had another full pull a while ago, so hopefully if it stays together, it'll be out the end.
I know you were a little disappointed with your draw to be this far down in the competition.
When the class started, it looked like the track was going to maybe fall apart a little bit toward the end, but it seems to be holding up pretty well right now.
Is Bruce pretty calm in situations like this?
He's a lot calmer than he used to be 13 years ago.
Here he comes.
Going nice and straight. He's having to brake and pulling into the right a little bit. He's coming out the end.
All right. You called it.
I've blocked it a few times.
Well, we'll see more of Steve Reynolds and Stampede in the days to come. But let's go to Bruce Hutcherson, Makin Bacon Special, one of the famous tractors. And now let's go down to Steve with Bruce's wife.
All right, here he comes, Bruce Hutcherson, and with me is Jill Hutcherson.
He'll nail it right in the hole. Running straight, looks good.
It looks real good.
Come on, Bruce.
That's going to be close.
No, he's not too close. He didn't get Shaw. It was pulling him awful hard to the right, and he was laying on the brakes about 150 foot. It pulled him real hard to the right. But he came out of it pretty good.
Well, you're not going to get the top prize, but still a very successful event for y'all.
Oh, that's right. We're satisfied with a good run, and when you can load it on the trailer and take it home without having to repair it, that's a good run.
Get some rest.
That's right.
Thank you, Jill.
Thank you.
You could hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. If it wasn't like RPMing enough, or what
No,
would you?
you just got to where you could tell from the motors the way it sounded, and with Dad, it was always hat turned backwards, smoked that Camel cigarette to where it was barely in his fingertips. When he flicked that cigarette, turned that hat backwards, it was hammer time.
Here we go. Was that before helmets and all that stuff? Yeah. Did he like the helmet rule and all that when it came in?
Not especially.
No.
He didn't like the fire suits either.
No.
Fire suits? Yeah. You mentioned crew. How many people went with them on like on a weekend to help out?
Well, we had one particular guy that worked for us over the years, different ones, of course, but they were the mechanic on the tractor. But then we had several guys that worked for us, for some of them 40 years on the farm operation, but they also worked on the pulling tractor. And Larry and Bobby and Smitty and
Charlie.
I'm probably leaving someone out, Charlie.
John Minnick, Jerry.
But they were always there, and they knew when it came in and unloaded how much work they had to do.
Would they go with him?
No, normally they stayed to take care of the
farm,
and the hog operation and whatever was on, whatever was the duties at that time.
Usually one main mechanic went. It was either John Minnick or Jerry.
And they're just hoping when you come back, they're all in one piece. And So a question I like to ask is, you don't have to name any names, but do you remember any good cheating stories, or somebody like did something to where, not Bruce, but I'm saying like you heard other people say, did you ever hear anything like that where somebody got caught cheating or something?
I don't recall any. I don't know. No.
Okay, well that's good.
Other than when the guys got Chris at the border, and then they pulled the joke on him.
Oh yeah.
They were more often just pulling jokes on each other.
What was it?
They put the joke on the border. What was that one?
With Chris.
Hordo.
Oh, Hodor.
Florida Cracker, when the guys told the bounty hunters.
That was crossing into Canada one time, and there was a fellow from Florida that was a prankster.
Yeah.
And he was the last semi in line to cross the border, and the other pullers told the guards up there to be sure and check out his trailer.
I'm sure he was especially not happy about that.
Oh, he knew what was going on as soon as they...
Or they were all real big. I remember as a kid, the CBs, with everybody talking to each other on CBs, and one of the guys liked to talk like a girl and try and attract other truckers, and everybody just listened, laughing at him.
Were you guys involved in any other motorsports?
No, not really. No.
Just this for...
Like to go to the Indy 500, but we weren't involved racing.
Yeah, you like that? That's cool. Now you mentioned there's other people around here that are your friends too, Sullivans and...
Yeah, Wayne Sullivan's right across the river, and Gail Mefford, and he's down at Madison, and well, of course, some of them are a little bit further away. Dick Gray and
Tommy Brewer, probably.
Tommy Brewer down in Kentucky, correct?
Yeah. And that's not too far from here, right?
Yeah, about an hour and a half or so.
Yeah. So how did the scheduling work? Did you set up the schedules then, or like would he leave on like a Thursday or a Friday and come back on a Sunday? What was the week like?
I didn't set up anything. He kind of did what he had to do,
He did it.
It depended upon where it was.
Uh-huh.
I would make arrangements, rent rooms at a, Holiday Inn or something, wherever they were going. But
when would he leave out? Like on a Friday?
It just depended. I mean, if it was close by, he might leave out on a Friday and spend Friday and Saturday night. Sometimes he left on a Saturday morning. I mean, like if Louisville, that's just a little ways down the road.
Right.
Indianapolis, those type. But if it was farther away, of course, you had to make different arrangements.
Yeah. Did he do California, West Coast at all?
I was trying to think. We did pull in California and Las Vegas and Texas, but
It's a long ride.
We were all over the place.
Yeah. East Coast, West Coast,
Mm-hmm.
all over. You remember his last pull?
No,
I think it was at Purdue in 1990.
yeah, probably the Boilermaker. We always had to go to the Purdue pull, being Boilermakers, you know.
Because that was my senior year. I think that was his last run.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you miss it?
Yes. I miss seeing all our friends.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can do something about that soon.
That would be fun.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Did you have a favorite place to go when you would go with them?
Oh, there were a lot of them.
Yeah.
Always enjoyed going to Bowling Green and running into all our friends. And Florida, of course, was always great to go to in the winter when it was so cold up here.
I like the Indy Super Bowl just with the displays and all the camaraderie that went with the Super Bowl with it being indoor. And
yeah, I've heard that everything was indoors and the people could walk around and look
walk
at everything.
around and got to visit with people. And
It was almost like a show before the show.
The Super Bowl was always fun.
Yeah. It'd be neat if they did that again.
but they don't have the displays. I like the display here.
The display was a big deal.
That'd be neat for when I was a kid to be able to walk around and see them and like look at it and then watch it run and everything. That'd be so neat. What do you miss the most about it?
I think just spending weekends with our pulling friends.
Yeah. What would you do like during the pulls? Like when it wasn't like after the pull, did you go out to dinner together?
Sometimes we'd go out to dinner together. Sometimes some of them had motorhomes and things, and we'd sit around on lawn chairs and visit for a while. And
it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Hanging out on the weekends and stuff. What do you mostly do now?
What do I mostly do now? Let's see. In the summertime, it's mowing the yard and, taking care of that stuff. And I'm on different committees like the Community Foundation and the Park Board and different things like that. So I keep busy.
Yeah.
And church.
Organist at church.
Organist at church.
We got to go to church with her today and see that. So that was cool.
And Dad gets to be part of Bowling Green every year now.
Why is that?
Because Wayne Sullivan took a bag of Dad's ashes.
Oh, I forgot to tell.
That's what that was.
It was hooked to the back of Wayne's tractor, and they poked holes.
At Bowling Green.
And got to take a ride.
Put his ashes on the back of the tractor, and then when Wayne hooked up to the sled, they announced that he was spreading Bruce's ashes, and he roared up, went flying down the track, and left Bruce at Bowling Green.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, of significance on this tractor right now. How many fans out there remember Bruce Hutcherson, the Makin Bacon Special? Well, his ashes right now are hanging on the back of this tractor. They're going to punch it. They got a little plastic tag. They're going to punch it. And Bruce's ashes are going to be placed on the sacred ground on the north track here in Woodland.
Come on, ladies.
Come on, Wayne. The next week, I went over to the shop and I'd made some cookies to thank Wayne for doing that. And he said, "That darn Brucey." And I said, "What?" Well, when he got back to the pit area, he walked around behind the tractor, and the blue shirts at Bowling Green had punched holes in the sack to let the ashes out.
Yeah.
Well, the whole back of his tractor was covered with Bruce's ashes. And he had to go find a bucket of soapy water and wash him off.
He said Dad was in heaven having the last laugh.
Was he a jokester and a prankster and some of that stuff, Bruce?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You like to have fun, huh? That's cool. I heard that in 1986, Bruce was farming 4,000 acres. Is that right?
Probably around that, combining everything up and down the river bottoms.
4,000 acres. That's a lot.
Especially in these parts.
Corn, wheat, beans, the hogs, the 350 sows, ferry to finish, and about 150 Angus cross cows. And fields down here, 100 to 200 acre patches.
And it's kind of hilly too, right? Like it's
some of it's pretty hilly.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Did Bruce ever run a Mini?
No.
But he did drive Mellows. He drove Mellows.
He drove Mellows Mini one time at a pull.
I thought I saw a picture of him driving one.
Yeah, Stan Mellows,
And didn't he drive Davy Linkers?
Yes, he did. He drove Lakers too.
He drove Davies.
Okay, so he drove a couple. He never made one, but he got
No,
to drive
he
them.
didn't.
He thought they were a little crazy.
They are crazy. So it looks like I went through some of your Facebook pictures, and it looks like you're very active with your grandkids.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Enjoy my grandkids, yeah.
That keeps you busy during the week. Is that a weekly thing too, or?
No. They're in Indianapolis and Florida and Illinois. They're not close by.
Okay.
But fortunately, they all keep in touch with the new phones now, so we can chat.
You do like live FaceTime
Oh, we have
and all
done
that
that,
kind
yeah.
of stuff. Yeah.
She's learning.
I'm learning.
Oh, tell me the story about putting the truck and the trailer on a ferry to get it somewhere.
Oh, when we first started pulling way back, well, number one, where we live on the Ohio River in southeastern Indiana, the only bridges to Kentucky were Cincinnati and Madison. So there's ferry boats. And there was the Warsaw Ferry down here. So we would have to load the tractor on the trailer behind the pickup truck and drive on the ferry boat and go to Kentucky for the tractor pull. Well, the ferry's closed at 9 p.m.
Okay.
And tractor pulls are not over at 9 p.m. or it's by 7 p.m. So then to come home, we had to go all the way to Cincinnati, Ohio, or all the way to Madison, come back up or down the river to get home.
And you put it on a ferry to get there.
Had to go on a ferry boat to get there.
Did it almost sink the ferry? Like,
No, but it sank down in the water pretty good. I was
Yeah.
nervous the first time, but then I got used to it.
how often did you have to do that?
Anytime we went to a pull down in Kentucky.
Every time. Wow. They built bridges since now, right?
Oh, yeah, they have the 275 bridge up in Lawrenceburg. They've got the Markland Dam Bridge right down the
Okay.
road, so.
But those ferries are probably still around too, I would
The
think.
ferries,
right?
there's one in Rising Sun, there's Cincinnati. So they're more of a novelty now for
Yeah,
people to ride.
just fun.
Yeah.
So do you have a story of like, I can't believe that happened? Whether it's something on the road or something on the farm or something at a pool, good or bad, like.
When the one motor caught on fire and it engulfed the whole tractor that time.
Ooh.
I forget
Well,
what
that was a
it
little scary, yeah.
Really?
I'm just thinking jump.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, I don't even remember when it was or anything.
Was it, like, what size tractor was it?
It was a 5-inch.
Oh, it was a 5? Did he ever get injured doing this?
No,
No. All those years,
no, never did.
all this high horsepower, never, it's
I think he had a lot of cuts and bruises from working on it, trying
Scratches and stuff like that, but
Repaired
nothing
fast.
major.
burns probably.
Yeah,
from
burns.
Touching the headers and. Do you want to come in for a couple minutes? Because I've got all my questions basically. Why don't you come over here and sit with Mom for a couple minutes?
I'll get up and let her sit down.
No, we don't want you two together.
Oh,
to.
okay.
You stay right there.
Hey,
So we got your daughter Kim in here now. So
I
what are
better
you-
set up straight.
So you don't look little.
All right. Well, so there's Jill and Kim, and thank you to Sean too, and Nate he's been scanning pictures this whole time, and you guys have been so great today, and thank you for the pizza and
You're welcome.
everything you did for us today. So can I have you sign a picture for me?
Sure.
All right. So here's a marker. Anywhere you want.
Anywhere you want, huh?
Yeah. You want to come around
Oh,
over?
excuse me. Oh. Anywhere. You want the white?
Anywhere you want. It's your deal. So.
Oh, I gotta sign it
Yeah,
too,
you gotta
huh?
sign it too. Why not? You were right there with it all, right? So.
She got a lot more name.
I hyphenate.
Well, thank you guys so much. Really appreciate your time today.
No, thank you for
This
coming.
has been so much
Yeah,
fun.
thank you for coming. It's been fun. Come back.
And
I'm
we
so
got
glad
to
we
look
got to
through-
hear like Bruce's stories, and we're still going to walk around. I want to hear you guys' stories with these pictures and all this stuff too. So, but, you know,
And we got to look through some albums that we hadn't seen in a long time.
yeah, it's been great. So,
Here's Sean. You want him to sign that?
all right. So there's the Hutchersons, everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.